We need to graph by plotting intercepts. So the intercepts are the points that cross the x and y axis. And let me remind you how we find the intercepts. To find the x-intercept, we plug in a 0 for y, bing! And to find the y-intercept, we plug in a 0 for x. So when we do that, we make a t-table, this is what it's going to look like. Find the x-intercept, we plug in a 0 for y. And to find the y-intercept, we plug a 0 in for x. Okay, we want to pick a third point. You could put anything in here. You could put it for x or y. I'll put in a 2 for x. All right, let's go ahead and plug it in. Let's see what happens. So y equals 4x plus 8. I'm plugging in a 0 for y. Y equals 4x plus 8. And I'm going to plug this 0 in here for y, right? So 0 equals 4x plus 8. What does that give me? 0 equals 4x plus 8. Now this side doesn't disappear, okay? Sometimes I'll see students that just, oh, it just disappears. No, it's still there. It's a 0. 0 is a number. We need to get the grumpy x by itself. So we need to get rid of the 4 and the 8. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides of the equal sign. So I'll have negative 8 equals 4x. One more step to get the x by itself. I will divide both sides by 4. And now I'm going to see that negative 2 equals x. Okay, so my x-intercept is negative 2, 0. Let's find the y-intercept. Let's plug in a 0 for x. So if y equals 4x plus 8, y equals 4x plus 8, I'm plugging in a 0 for x. There's my 0. Now 4 times 0 is just 0, and 0 plus 8 is just 8. So I have y equals 8. That was easier than the last one, right? And now let's do the test point. Let's plug in a 2, and I decided to plug a 2 in for x. It's in the x column. So y equals 4x plus 8. Y equals 4x plus 8. I'm plugging in a 2 in place of the x. Y equals 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Okay, so my test point is greater than 10, but that's okay. I think I can still use that. Let's put them on this graph. Negative 2, 0. It'll be right here. 0, 8. It's going to be right here. And then I have 2, 16. So 2 to the right and 16 up. 2 to the right and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Probably going to be about there. Okay, that's just a guess. But when I go to look at the line, I know that that's going to be good. Okay, that's enough for me to think that that point is on the line. Doesn't have to be exact. That's just my test point. So when I go to draw this line, there's nothing to make me believe that that doesn't go through 2 and 16. And that's it. I use the 2 intercepts to graph my line. Now, on the computer, I can only click this point and this point. I can't click a third point. So the third point is just my test point.